Good morning, children. Today we are going to start a very interesting topic. The chapter name is The Summit Within. Children, the summit, SUMMIT. It means when we climb the highest peak, mountain, the climbing the summit of Everest. It is called as summit. Now, what is the chapter indicating the summit within? Like when we have to climb the Everest, we need to muster up the courage and we need to work a lot on us so that we don't get disheartened on the way, right? But summit within means that whenever we have to do something, our mind is always occupied in thinking whether it is right or not, isn't it? So summit within means there is always an argument going on in our mind between the two things, positive and negative. We always think this good will happen or not. It will happen in a good way or not. So that kind of emotional surges that happen in our mind are very important to overcome. Because whenever we start any new thing, we are always confused. So this is a chapter which deals with controlling ourselves from within, right? So before we start reading the chapter, Major HPS Ahluwalia was a member of the first successful Indian expedition to Mount Everest in 1965. How did he feel when he stood on the highest point in the world? Let us hear his story in his words, climbing the summit and then the more difficult task of climbing the summit within. That means climbing a summit means climbing the mountain, right? So it was not as difficult as it appeared to be because one has to be very strong enough and confident that yes, I'll walk, physically fit. But when you have to win the race within you, that means the emotions which are coming in your mind, in your heart, they are stopping you from doing something and sometimes they are causing hindrances in you. So how to overcome those emotions, right? So I'm giving you an activity, art integrated activity also. You do that and read the first page of the story and you will find that how beautifully the writer has described. So first paragraph I'll do today. Of all the emotions which surged through me as I stood on the summit of Everest, looking over miles of panorama below, the dominant one I think was humility. So when he was standing at the top of the Mount Everest, the highest peak in the world, he was thinking that what is the most important quality one should have? That is humility. Humility means thinking good for others and very humble. The physical in me seemed to say, thank God it's all over. So physically he was tired. When he reached over there, he was too tired. So he was thinking that at last I have reached here. However, instead of being jubilant means happy, there was a tinge of sadness. Now, why there was a little sadness in him? Was it because I had already done the ultimate in climbing and there would be nothing higher to climb and all roads hereafter would lead down? So he was thinking that he has climbed the highest peak and now what next? Because no other mountain is higher than the Mount Everest. So he was thinking, is this my last journey towards the mountains? By climbing the summit of Everest, you are overwhelmed by a deep sense of joy and thankfulness. Thankfulness to Almighty that Almighty has given you that much of courage. You completely, it is joy which lasts a lifetime. The experience changes you completely. The man who has been to the mountains is never the same again. Rightly said. He says that a man who has accomplished so much in his life changes a lot because he becomes a very humble human being. He starts thinking the value of a true human being in universe, right? So let us see what is there in the story in the next period. Till that time, you do the activity, read this much part, try to understand the hidden meaning in this extract, right? Thank you so much.